Merry Christmas, guys, from Australia. The September 2014 DTS is going incredible. Students have come from a place of not knowing who they are in Christ to standing firm in their relationship with God and in their faith, and actually going out weekly and preaching the gospel and seeing people get healed and actually seeing a man come to Christ. One of the biggest things is seeing students stop living off of other people's faith and other people's relationships with God, like their parents, their pastors, or their friends. And they're actually beginning to live on their own faith and their relationship with Jesus. And it's such a beautiful sight to see people walking deeply with the Lord. For those that don't know, I'm actually leading the DTS that's happening right now. And it's really cool, some of the words that God actually spoke over the school before it even started. And that was intimacy with God and evangelism. And these two things are so key to what God really wants to do in everyone's life. And that's to know God and then to make Him known. And so these students have really been diving deep into intimacy with God. And not only the students, but me and the other staff as well. We've been falling more and more in love with God every step that we go. It's been this amazing 3-month journey in this lecture phase. So last week the lecture phase ended, and now we're sending out 2 teams to 2 different locations for outreach. And one team is going to the Outback and the other team is going to PNG. And we're sending people out there to preach the gospel and the ministry of reconciliation. Reconciled to what? Reconciled back to the Father. To know that God is a good God, and that He actually cares and loves people, and that people need to know that in their hurts and their pains, that they can go to a God that truly loves them. As I said, we're sending one team to the Outback and one team to PNG, which I'm taking a team to PNG with 6 students. And we're going to Port Moresby and Mount Hagen. And in these places, we're going to preach to people that may have never heard the gospel before. And it's going to be a really cool adventure of what God is going to do in these places, in these villages, and in these cities of where we go. So please be in prayer for us. I want to share some things on intimacy with God that God has been teaching me, is to really be vulnerable with God, to bare your heart and to really share what is on your heart with your finances, with your relationships, and all your struggles. He wants to take you into the inner courts. He wants to take you behind that closed door and really talk and chat with you. It's a beautiful picture, and it's something so deep and so intimate that it's what He's always desired with us. He wants to walk and talk with us. So I want to encourage you, church, to get intimate with God, to pray with Him, to talk with Him, and be vulnerable with Him.